So, you've likely heard of UAPs, right? Unidentified Anomalous Phenomena.
Hmm.
But what if they're not just, objects we misunderstand? What if there's something, well, much more complex?
It's like these non-conventional, intelligently purposive agents that some people are talking about.
Exactly. Basically, intelligent beings, maybe with their own agenda, possibly operating right here alongside us.
Okay.
So today on the deep dive, our mission is really to unpack this pretty mind-bending idea called the Enoch's Army hypothesis.
And look at that clash between official stories and what whistleblowers are saying under oath.
Yes, absolutely. And also touch on how we might actually responsibly investigate this. So, yeah, get ready for some genuinely surprising stuff.
Well, what's interesting right off the bat is the shift in language, isn't it? From UFO,
Right, which has all that baggage.
exactly, to UAP. It's broader. It covers things in the air, sure, but also space, underwater, even on land.
So it kind of opens the aperture for a more serious look.
Precisely. It allows for a much more comprehensive inquiry into all these different sorts of phenomena.
And that broader scope is what lets us consider something like this Enoch's Army idea, right?
Right.
What exactly is that? It sounds ancient.
It does, and it kind of draws on these really deep roots. Think mythology, like the Book of Enoch, the apocryphal one.
With the Watchers, fallen angels, that sort of thing.
Yeah, those stories. And Jacques Vallée, the UAP researcher.
Oh, I know his work. Parallels between old folklore and modern sightings.
Exactly that. He pointed out similarities between tales of, fairies, genies, whatever, and modern UAP encounters. With different tech described.
So hang on. The really wild idea here is take away the shiny objects and the pattern of encounters.
Looks remarkably similar across centuries.
Suggesting maybe an enduring cryptoterrestrial intelligence, meaning indigenous to Earth.
That's the core of the hypothesis. Not aliens from space, but something from here, like a hidden sister race.
A fifth column scenario operating with advanced tech and, importantly, deception.
Right. Which makes it a totally different kind of strategic problem than, say, an external invasion fleet.
Okay, wow. But that flies completely in the face of the official government line, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. There's a huge contradiction here.
Because the public reports from AARO, ODNI, they keep saying no empirical evidence of anything non-human.
Consistently. They often chalk it up to, drones, clutter, sensor glitches.
Yeah.
Prosaic stuff.
But then you have people like David Grush, decorated intelligence guy.
Sworn testimony. Alleging a decades-long secret program for UAP crash retrieval and reverse engineering.
And claiming they recovered non-human craft and dead pilots.
Pretty specific claims. And then you've got pilots like Ryan Graves and David Fravor describing encounters with tech just far beyond anything we have.
And Grush talked about facing administrative terrorism for coming forward. That's a heavy term.
It is. It highlights what whistleblowers might be risking. You
Yeah.
know? Makes you wonder what else isn't being said.
Yeah, it really does. So to make this less abstract, let's look at an example. That Yemen orb incident from October 2024.
Yes, the one shown to Congress. The MQ-9 Reaper footage.
Right. It fires a Hellfire missile at this orb.
And the missile hits, but the orb seems to just ricochet off. It deforms, but doesn't break apart.
Lawmakers were reportedly stunned, said nothing we have could survive that.
And that shows these weird characteristics, doesn't it? Extreme resilience, maybe some kind of fluid-like material, no obvious propulsion.
Which kind of fits with what this Enoch's Army idea suggests, maybe. Technology suited for operating here, subtly.
Potentially. Not necessarily interstellar travel tech, but something advanced for maneuvering within our own environment, maybe even covertly.
So if that's the kind of thing we might be dealing with, how do you even investigate it properly?
Well, the proposal is pretty ambitious. An interdisciplinary task force, not just physicists as engineers.
But intelligence analysts, anthropologists, psychologists too, soft sciences.
Exactly. Because you might be dealing with intelligence, deception, cultural factors.
Yeah.
Plus, they're calling for a purpose-built sensor network.
Using existing assets, but also new sensors, systematically gathering data.
Right. Even looping in citizen science, maybe using AI and machine learning to sift through it all. A really holistic approach.
And crucially, addressing the trust issue, stronger whistleblower protections.
Yeah, and tackling those claims that maybe some UAP projects and data got moved into private companies.
Specifically to keep them away from congressional oversight.
Which suggests part of the problem might be secrecy and lack of accountability right here, not just out there.
So, okay, wrapping this up. This deep dive into the Enoch's Army idea, It shows just how complex this UAP thing is.
It really does. It's not just about identifying flying objects anymore. It's about potentially understanding intelligent agents.
Reconciling these completely opposite narratives from official sources and whistleblowers.
And looking into possible hidden programs that might have been operating without proper oversight for, well, who knows how long.
So the big takeaway question for you, the listener, is maybe this.
What does it actually mean for, national security, for our whole understanding of reality, if these kinds of non-conventional agents exist?
Or if some of this UAP talk is actually covering up very terrestrial, very secret human programs.
How will you interpret the next UAP report you read about now? Something to think about.